If you've ever tried to draw gears from scratch, you'll find that it's pretty tricky to do to make the gears actually function well together. So I found this really great tool online called Gear Generator. It's just geargenerator.com. I'll post the link in the description there. But what it does is it allows you to create drawings of gears, and they work really well. There's also some really cool features in here that I'll show you about. So animation, gears, and connection properties are things that I'll show you here in just a minute once I have more than one gear displaying. But for now, I'm going to start with the gear properties. So you can control what your gear looks like and how it's going to function based on these gear properties here. So number of teeth, as you can guess, that's pretty easy to explain. If I type in a 10, it's going to make the gear smaller because there's fewer teeth, right? But I can use these other factors to control the gear as well. So the pitch diameter, I'm going to make my gear large again, just using the teeth there. The pitch diameter measures this circle in here. So if you look right here, it's going to measure basically from here to here in a straight line. Okay, so that's your pitch diameter. And as you would guess, if I make that larger, you're larger. Okay, it increases my number of teeth in this case, right? So you can manipulate your gear that way. The diametral pitch, this is a calculation based on the number of teeth and the pitch diameter, but you can manipulate the size of your gear using it. So as you can see, it is this number of teeth divided by the pitch diameter, and we get the diametral pitch, so which is 10. But if I change this to say 5, now you get 20 divided by 4 is 5. So it changed my pitch diameter to 4. So you can control your gear that way too if you have some specific measurements you want to use. Now there's the pressure angle, which the way I like to think about it is it makes your the teeth of your gear, or the cogs on your gear, it gives them that spike there, so it looks kind of like it gives it more of a spiky edge compared to kind of a squared off edge. You can see how that can change your gear. And then the next thing here below, this is one of the greatest features. So download SVG and download GearSet SVG. So you can download it in a vector graphic format that allows you to put it into drawings. And actually, I've used it in printers and laser cutters and things like that to actually turn the gears into, real things. So it's kind of nice. That's a feature that I haven't seen on all gear generators, so it's really a pretty cool feature. Then down here below, these are just displays properties. You can adjust it so that's smaller or bigger or whatever. I'll let you play with those on your own. Anyway, a few other features I wanted to show you is right here, the gears. We can click Add New. It will plug in a gear. Now the association of one another, it lists all your gears right here. So we have gear number 0 and gear number 1. And the reason why knowing the number of the gear, and it is labeled on the gear right here, so you can see that 0, and this is gear number 1. That's important because this connection property is right here. So it tells you the parent gear, essentially what is driving that gear. So right now, I have gear number 1 selected. The parent gear is 0. So it is driven by 0. You can also select an axle connection. So basically it's spinning on the same axle of gear number 1. Or you can change your connection angle. So you can move it around like that pretty easily. You can add a whole bunch of gears. And if you start your animation, you'll see how they actually work together, how they function together. So it's kind of a cool little feature. And that's how you use the gear generator.